I just realised I just hit the go live button, didn't actually tell any of you. Like normally I'm like, right, I'm going to hit the button now. I didn't. I just hit it and then went, oh yeah, I'm not the only person on this call. Fantastic. So here we are live on the Green Umbrella Facebook page, over on LinkedIn, on my profile, and also live on YouTube. Not that anyone really watches this over there. So yeah, there you go. But do you know what? It's just been such a crazy whirlwind of a week. So when I think like at the last live lunch, we were talking a lot about, Elon Musk wanting to buy Twitter. We had quite an in-depth conversation around that. Will they, won't they accept the offer, and like what that might mean and all that kind of stuff. And then I disappeared off for a weekend and, saw some clients and hung out in a very nice cocktail bar in Leeds for the weekend. Like almost for the whole weekend I was in that cocktail bar, but don't tell anyone. And then like Monday, back to work Monday, and it's like, then we get the announcement that the deal is done. And I feel like all I've spoken about since is Elon Musk and Twitter and free speech and what that means to people and what's going to happen next, like people are going to use Twitter or not. So what I'd really like to do is talk about everything else today that's not Twitter. Because I'm like, I feel a little Twittered out. So team, what else is going on in the social media world? I'd love to know, because like everything I'm consuming, every conversation I'm having is all about that stuff. So what are you seeing at the minute? What's going on? What have you got, Jane? Oh
no, yeah, go on, Jane. I'm happy to.
There's always that bit, isn't there, where like, who's actually going to speak?
Yeah, I was
all waiting for each other.
Who's going to go?
Is it who's going to speak, or is it when's Christina going to stop? Like, when's it our turn to speak, Christina? That's what I was feeling like for a minute. Then everyone's like, "We'll just wait. She'll run out of words."
Anyway, yeah, so news-wise, I've got a few things this week. So Instagram have just launched a live test of pinned posts on your profile. So you basically just pick something out of your profile and pin it. It will show at the top of your actual profile if someone visits it. So not massively exciting, but it's just in line with all the other platforms and what they're doing. So
what I want is for you to be able to pin your top three. The top three of the grid. Like if I could pin those three, oh my God, that would make me incredibly happy.
Yeah, that would be good, actually.
And they tested as well, being able to like move things around on your grids, didn't they? But like we've not seen any sign of that rolling out.
Really?
So
wow.
No, I've not heard about it or anything since.
Yeah. Like, I mean, how amazing would that be if you could like literally just constantly like from a brand perspective and like, for like even Mark would get excited about this stuff, but from a design perspective, being able to create posts that like it would be brilliant. I mean, there's apps and stuff that allow you to do it, but yeah, as soon as you like post the next thing, you screw up the layout, don't you? So it'd be really good to have that.
Yeah, definitely.
Even from a personal perspective, I always think like, oh, how do I sort of split so it's not just the same people or my face all the time, So I'd love to be able to mix it up. Sorry, not sound vain or anything, guys. But...
I was like, you can take photos of other people, that, Nicole, right? With their permission.
Of course. But yeah, that'd be really cool.
Excellent. I saw something like on the subject of Instagram. I saw an article, I think I was on the train, so Tuesday morning, and it was talking about stats on like video and like video consumption. So, like, I think last week we did talk about Instagram Reels as well, and like how basically there's just like more and more is being done with Reels. Okay, and they want people to share original content, and that's going to get boosted in the algorithm and all that sort of stuff. Well, apparently now Reels, about 20% of the video content that's engaged with on Instagram, 20% of it is Reels. So if you're not using Reels now, you really need to tap into that. And the other thing I've noticed in the last week, like some of the Reels that I've posted, like they're getting like 3 or 4. Kim just put her hand up. She's like, I posted them. But yeah, like some of those Reels have really, really increased, like in terms of the engagement that they normally get. So yeah, it's definitely engaging Reels. And apparently over on Facebook, 50% of the content that gets engagement on Facebook now is video content. So it's like this video thing. Obviously, it's not like, everyone should be doing video anyway. Get over yourselves if you're not. Just crack on. But yeah, it's like there's real value. If you go, how do I stand out online? How do I hack the algorithms? Blah blah blah. Right, post video. Simple. So yeah, I think that's interesting. Anything else happening on Instagram? We seen anything else or noticed anything else?
I noticed something actually. This is like, I didn't give anyone a heads up on this, but I did a post the other day for the first time in like a couple of months on my own personal one. And when I posted it, it sent it to everyone that was tagged in the post directly. It's never done that before, has it? Am I wrong? Like, when you tag someone in a post, it just sent it all to them directly in their own personal messages. I thought you just get a notification, but I thought, is that new on Instagram? Because that's the first time I've noticed. But yeah,
as a post, like in stories, yes, but as a post, maybe that's something that's been
maybe I accidentally clicked something without realizing, but I really don't. Yeah, I just did it the normal way, the standard way you post, but it just sent it to them directly. So I'm like, is that a new Instagram thing? If anyone knows, I guess let us know. I
want to go and post something now, just to to test it
and tag someone in it just to see. But I don't know.
Oh, I'm clicking all the wrong things. Hold on. Right,
you're right, because definitely was stories just before, wasn't it? But yeah, I don't remember posting it.
Yeah. If you mentioned in a story, it like goes into your direct messages, but a post, it just got like all my direct messages were just everyone in the post, and I was a bit like, oh, I didn't really want to send it to them personally, like just almost like my post, go and like it. That's what I'm like saying. That's not what I was meant to. But yeah,
I'm literally like getting distracted because I want to do this now to find out. Right, I'm going to do that after because right now is a really bad time to do it.
Sorry, that was my point. You just said anything else on Instagram, and I was like, actually, you noticed that this week.
Could you just tag them all in and see if it does it all? I just realised Kim can't hear what you guys are saying. Post it on my Instagram and just tag everyone in and Green Umbrella, and we want to see once it's posted if it sends a direct message to everyone. If it starts direct message, there you go. See, this is the point of live lunch. Do it like we have these conversations. Have you seen this bit? No. Let me have a go. I want to see if it works like that for me. This is what life is like in our office, guys. It really, really is. Only a little more swearing. Actually, it's not more swearing, it's just worse swearing. Unfiltered. Cool, okay. I'm like, we need to talk about something else now because all I can think about is that post that's happening over there. So Susan's just put in the comments saying she thinks over on LinkedIn, hi Susan, saying she thinks she needs to come back in and have some more real tutorials. We absolutely love when Susan Rose comes in to visit. She was a guest on Live Lunch a little while ago. Maybe we should get Susan back on actually. And do you know, I just love the fact we're starting to get visitors back in the office again. So Susan came in. We got, I can't say who it is, but we had a new client we're onboarding at the minute. They came in to see us. Got someone else coming in a couple of weeks as well. It's like, it's just, I finally feel like we're back to normality.
Yeah.
So nice. So nice. Thanks. Put it back. Awesome. Right. So, okay. So let's move on from Instagram then. Anything happening Facebook-wise? I know I just said about the video engagement thing, but anything else we've seen Facebook-wise at the minute?
Just that thing about them actually going back in back up in user numbers for a change after last year, or the start of this year. So
it was Q4 quarter 4 2021.
But they announced it this year that
it's the users dropped, and everyone's like, oh, everyone's abandoning Facebook. But when you drilled into it, actually in the UK, we'd still grown. But yeah, so they've just announced the Q1 results where it's shown they've got that growth again. But what's interesting, so this is the whole thing with things like Facebook, right? They've got so many stakeholders to keep happy. So they want to keep, right, where should I start the cycle? So Q4, everyone's going like, ads are really crap. There's so many problems. So they're trying to make ads better for the people spending money that way. And you find the user experience drops off because the focus is on the people that are creating revenue for them. Okay. So then like the figures come out and they haven't kept the users happy. So all of a sudden they put the work in again now to like, how do we improve the user experience? And what happens is you start to see like people are finding like the stuff in their feed is better for them. It's more suited. Maybe there are less adverts now. And the advertisers get pissed off because they're like, Facebook advertising just doesn't work anymore. And rah, 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 rah. And so although the users have increased in Q1, the profits have not. So I actually think we're probably in the next 6 months, we're probably going to see something happen from a Facebook advertising perspective that helps them push that revenue stream and all that sort of stuff. And then like we get to the autumn and all of a sudden the user experience has taken a dive again. So it's really, really interesting. And then I saw some stuff on Facebook ads specifically. And it was basically like how not to stand out with your ads on Facebook, because you want to blend in so it looks like an organic post rather than looking like an actual ad. So the whole Facebook thing, I think over the next 6 to 9 months, we're just going to see this little like, it's about the users, it's about the advertisers, it's about the users, it's about the advertisers. So yeah, interesting. So we've had over on LinkedIn, Mo has said he's new to social media, using social media for marketing. Does Facebook consistently change things? Yes. Like all day, every day, there's like constantly something changing on Facebook, and especially from an ads perspective. I know, Jane, we've got so many frustrations at the minute, haven't we? And Mo, like, they'll roll out changes. Maybe they're testing something. So sometimes they'll test something, but only I can see that version of Facebook ads, and Jane will have something completely different. So it's really hard doing training and tutorials and that sort of stuff on a mass level, because if I want to share my screen and say like, this is how it's laid out, this is how it works. And actually right now there's like 3-4 different versions of Facebook Ads Manager that I'm seeing, and it gets really frustrating. What I would say is all the options will be there. It's just they might be at a different point in the process. So Mo said he couldn't find the lead ad button. So that's probably okay. So there are some of the campaigns that you choose. You kind of choose a campaign objective and that opens up and it gives you a couple of options. So it could be in there where you're looking for the lead gen option, or it could actually be in the creative when you're looking at the call to action buttons. Not because you've got specific buttons to choose from. We can't just write our own call to action. Sometimes it's like if you do a web traffic ad, there's not a call to action that makes sense if you want people to land on that page to fill in a form. So it could just be you're looking for a call to action button that doesn't exist within the campaign type that you've chosen. And I just realized just how technical that sounds. So Mo over on LinkedIn, if you want to just drop me a DM and I'll do you a voice note and explain that much better when we're not live, because I am capable of doing that, believe it or not. So awesome.
You could be helping lots of people, Christina.
I know, but I'm just like, it really depends. Is he doing this or is he doing that? Or is he doing that? So at least like 1-to-1, I can say, right, are you doing this? And he can say yes or no. He can send me a screenshot. I can do him a voice note, whatever. It'd be good. It'd be nice to talk to Mo anyway. Awesome. Anything right? So I'm a little bit wired today. You know, when you're like so tired, you know, toddlers, when they get tired, they get hyperactive. Yep. I'm a little bit like that. I need. Like, I hardly drank any water yesterday, so I think I'm a bit dehydrated as well. And I've been like real solid on my water for months. So to now have a day where I hardly drink any water, it really throws my system. But it's okay because I've got like I hate things like this. But you know when your energy level isn't right, like you need sugar. I feel like I need sugar and I need vitamin C. So I realise there's no vitamin C in this, but it's like fooling your body, isn't it?
There's probably no sugar in it either.
Oh, is it? I don't know. Well, I don't think there is.
That's what those nice green bars are down the side.
Hashtag epic fail.
Well, it's like the thing is, I think
someone go and get Christina a Lucozade, quick.
Oh, I should have asked for a Lucozade. That's even better. Honestly, I've been in London for 2 days, like socialising with people. It's been fantastic. But yeah, I really need some healthy stuff in my system now because I'm struggling. So this is a placebo. This is a placebo for sugar and Jaffa oranges, basically.
Why is there no sugar in it?
Which is probably bought the sugar-free version.
Because it's bad sugar. Can I just say, right? I love that Jane's just suggested that I went and bought it myself. all I can say right now is, Kim, I appreciate you a lot. Oh, well looked after. Cool. Okay, right. Let's stop talking about me now. Like every now and then we get to a point in the conversation and I go, crap, this is live. Entertain and educate. So come on, guys, what else is going? Like there's a ton of stuff on LinkedIn. I've got about 4 or 5 articles to read and like what have you guys seen on LinkedIn at the minute? Because I'm well behind on all the stuff that's come out this week.
Well, I've got a few things. However, just beforehand, I did not get a direct message from Instagram.
Have you not?
I got a notification, but no direct message.
Let me check myself because maybe I did press something then.
Yeah. Definitely got a notification, but nothing in direct messages.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry. Yes.
No, I've got it.
One.
Oh.
Yeah, look.
That's not
Here
fair.
we go. Showing it to the camera. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, me too.
Now I'm jealous.
That must be a new thing.
Why haven't I got it? That's not fair. No, I literally just got a notification as normal. Oh, well.
Yeah, no.
Interesting. You heard it here first.
And I haven't seen anything announced about that either.
No. I'm surprised it wasn't on that new, like, you know, when we were checking the news, it's not on there, but because it's such a subtle thing, but yeah, it is an update at the end of the day.
Oh, well, anyway, back to LinkedIn. Sorry. So LinkedIn have come out with a few new things actually in the last week or so. So I'm not sure if this is actually live for everyone yet, but it's been rolled out. So you can showcase a link on your profile now. So basically, you know, header, avatar, your bio, under there, you can now put a link that's really prominent. So before, if you wanted to go to your website, whatever, they had to sort of click a button over here somewhere. Now you can, it doesn't have to be your website, it can be anything you like, basically, a prominent link there at the top. So good way of showcasing anything you want to share with people. And then the next thing they've done is analytics on group posts. And groups are a bit funny anyway. Some people love them, some hate them, some don't see any benefit from them. Either way, though, if you do use groups, there should now be analytics on posts you have put in a group. So if you use them, that's a useful one. Next one's a little one. So you can now trim your videos in the mobile app. So there wasn't really much in the way of editing features for LinkedIn videos before, but now you can actually do a few things with it. Again, handy because it just means you're not going to a third-party thing every time you want to put a video on. The next one is, so newsletters we've talked about. Everyone has their opinion on whether they're a good or a bad thing, but if you do have a newsletter, you can now put it in your featured section on your profile with a button to subscribe to your newsletter. So that's quite a handy one. And then my favourite one, actually, and this is only rolled out for a few people. I have it, but not everyone does. And that's you can now comment on posts as your company page. So as I'm going down my feed, I can now switch between me or the company and comment on things, which is something that has been needed for years. So I am properly happy about that one.
Yeah, makes life so much easier. So much easier. Wasn't there something? Oh no, it was the putting the newsletter. That's the newsletter thing. When you put that into your featured section, there's actually a button, isn't there, that will appear where people can actually click through and subscribe from there, which is like fantastic, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But I really want them to add something like that for podcasts. Like, I'm just never happy, am I? I'm like, oh, that's a good idea, but what if they did this?
You can put your podcast in your link under your bio.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark, I need something. I need my featured section on my LinkedIn is a bit messy at the minute. I need a proper image for the podcast to put under there. Can we put it on the list, please?
Yeah,
Let's talk about work while we're here.
Back number 37.
It's that, or I'll create one myself, and that never makes you happy.
That's all right. I just won't look.
Cool. Okay, so what else on LinkedIn? Come on, there's been loads of stuff I've seen.
That's all I've had personally. But...
yeah, just following from that. LinkedIn have seen record levels of engagement, and their revenue's gone up by 34%. Yeah, so that's something. So I
think was it probably about 2-3 weeks ago on Live Lunch, I said we've had more, like the number of inquiries we're getting right now for paid ads on LinkedIn. It's really increased, hasn't it, Jane?
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry,
I was going to say there is though, like people, like if people are thinking about paid ads anywhere, but especially on LinkedIn, the landing page has got to be right. The landing page is everything. And I'm looking at Jane's face now because she's like, I was at this event on Monday and we'd been sent a landing page and it was just not going to convert from an ads perspective. So I'm on the front row of this event and I know the speaker and they can basically see what's on my iPad. Like they can see that I'm not writing notes and I'm there literally screenshotting bits from this landing page and putting them together and annotating it so I can send it to Jane so we can get it turned around quickly for the client. I was like, I know you guys don't do speaking, but when you're talking to a group and you can see that someone's not paying attention, they're doing something else. I was that person. I felt really, really bad, but it was really important. And that person may well see this. So I apologize. I'm so sorry. But it was really, really important that we sorted it out very, very quickly. But yeah, landing pages, you've got to really think if you're doing any kind of social advertising, Instagram, Facebook, yeah, even YouTube ads as well, like that page you're going to drive people to, what is the one thing you need them to do when they're on that page? If it's click the button so they can book a call, if it's to fill in the form, it's to download it, whatever it is, it's got to be prominent and it's got to be prominent on a mobile phone. It can't be like there's 22 scrolls of text before you get to the button. It's got to be within the first 1 or 2 thumbs. And yeah, just people kind of go, when they think of a landing page, they think about them like they do websites. And it's actually Mark won't like this, but the most effective landing pages from an ads perspective right now, they don't have a header image. It's if you thought about your standard website that's normally got a header image, menu, or that kind of thing. If you scroll that page up so that bit's out of view on a mobile device, it's almost like that's what landing page needs to look like. Information straight away, call to action straight away, boom. You can do the pretty pictures and all that sort of stuff further down, but it's that once someone lands, you're there. And how quickly that page loads as well. They are the most important things when it comes to landing pages on ads. And like I said, people don't think about that bit. They just think, right, how much money do I need to pay to get the leads? They don't think about actually how are we going to get the leads through those ads. So yeah, that's my little mini rant. Did I stay on topic or did I go off on one then? I'm not sure.
That's fine.
I think you said that.
Awesome. But yeah, LinkedIn, I think people are using it more and more and more and more. I don't suppose you looked at when you saw that article, Nicole, did you look at the figures in terms of like which countries the growth is in or anything like that?
No, I didn't see any of that. I can actually have a look now though and have a quick scroll.
Yeah, because it'd be interesting to see how much it's actually grown in the UK. Because this is the thing, sometimes when we see these headlines, like they're talking globally, it's not often you actually see UK specific figures. I know there was one thing that I saw and it brought it down to Europe, but I still didn't get a UK specific figure on that. But I do think as well, we've seen such a shift in the content on LinkedIn. People are really getting the idea of personal brand on LinkedIn now, and not in an egocentric way, but in it's not just about posting links to different places. It is actually about sharing opinions on topics and adding value in that sense. So it's no surprise that the engagement has increased. And I think a lot of people now are really focusing on building usable networks rather than just chasing the numbers. Have you got it, Nicole?
Yeah, sorry, I look like I'm really deep in thought. Yeah, I've got sort of a map and it's showing sort of the users for each country. So 185 million, that's the highest. That's the United States of users that use LinkedIn. I'm trying to find, it's like a map. So I'm having to, India, they're the next highest with 85 million users. Brazil 55, China 56. Yeah, they are the highest at the moment in terms of the users around the world. But I'm just having a scroll down and seeing, and the growth in terms of engagement's gone up by 22% at the moment. So there's a few figures. Yeah.
Cool. So you've just put a comment in. Mo's put a comment on LinkedIn saying you can reduce a background picture on LinkedIn, but I'm not quite sure. Or you can't reduce on a background picture on LinkedIn. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about there, Mo. So yeah, drop me a message on that, and then because maybe you've seen something that, a bit like the Instagram thing we've just looked at, you might be seeing something that no one else is seeing at the minute because of the way that they test changes. I said, all of the platforms, they just test with a few and then they roll things out or roll them back if stuff doesn't work. So yeah, that'd be interesting. Cool. Okay, Mark, you're quiet today. I mean, you're always quiet. But...
Always quiet. Yeah, no, that I'm afraid that was my only real thing. There was a few other things I was looking at, a bit more drill down on sort of apps and things, but you sort of covered that last week. But I was just looking a bit more on sort of Europe and things like that, which apps have been downloaded. And yeah, it's all about TikTok again still, no matter where you are. So...
I'm glad you said that. Paul had a question over on Facebook. A question on TikTok. So what are our thoughts on brand image being amongst other risque content on the platform? Well, I just got distracted by two magpies outside. The thing is, I really need some sleep. basically, whatever platform you're on, you have no control over what your content is going to be next to anyway. So I think that I get the concern, but I think, and yeah, maybe it is more so on TikTok than any other platform. But I'm not worried about it actually, because if you are using the keywords that you use in the copy that you put with your TikTok video, the hashtags that you use, they're all going to help your piece of content be served to the right people. And my hope would be that those right people as users are sending all the signals to TikTok so that they're not being served to that risque content anyway. So for me, I'm not that bothered. I think it's okay. You know, you've got your ads that might be appearing, and like your organic TikTok might be, might come after or before an ad. But again, they've got their advertising rules and guidance in place. Paul's just said he feels like he needs to take a shower after being on TikTok. Paul, you're looking at the wrong stuff, dude. You're looking at the wrong stuff.
So is he following yours or what?
I got my red lipstick on this one, I think. You've got to train the algorithm. You've got to train the algorithm. So go, who are you following? Dude, who are you following on TikTok? Can I just say, we love Paul. Paul loves us. So yeah, we can say what we want. It's fine. But yeah. Help me out, guys. My brain today.
I feel this live lunch is just full of laughs. I think we've just been laughing around the clock.
Cool. So yeah, I think you have to train TikTok as a user, definitely. Like when I first started using TikTok, it was like every other video was like a pimple pop video. I know, weird, right? So, but now it's like all the videos that I get served are like inspirational, motivational, business type quotes. People, it's all quite. It's not silly stuff. Like the whole tone of my For You section on TikTok now is actually quite aligned to the stuff I want to engage with. I get like Jordan Peterson videos and stuff like that popping up. So sort of like psychology, mindset, that kind of stuff. So I think you do have to train it. And if everyone's training it, like I said, if you are creating content that's very, very specifically for your ideal client, then because of the language, the hashtags, and even some of the music options you select as well, I think that has a real effect on it. So like look at the music options that are there. What are people using those music options to create? And then use the ones that are closer to business. And then, yeah, I think it just removes that issue in terms of the, what you're aligning your brand against. I also think TikTok is very, very personal, as in you should be using TikTok for people to really see who you are as a business, not who the business is or what the business is. So like we had a conversation about, so I've got a TikTok account, but we haven't got a Green Umbrella TikTok account. We're literally talking about that, I think last week before. And I was like, if we're going to do it, it's got to be so highly personal. Really, really personal. It has got to be like every single thing we put out there on TikTok has got to have us on it. Otherwise, it just won't work. Mo's asked, does TikTok work for advertising? Absolutely, yes. It works really well from like product. If you've got product, TikTok on there, it's great. But I would suggest it would be lower value product. So, I wouldn't put an advert on TikTok for anything that costs more than 30 quid at this point in time. So that's where I kind of see that. From a service perspective, it really is. It's a bit of a funny one, but it's got to be. You've got to have something that you can give away to people. Just talking about your service is not going to be good enough. Something where you've got like a lead gen thing. Go over to this website, and that where someone can download, leave details, whatever it might be. That's the way to go over there. Free courses, yeah, absolutely. A free course could work really well. But again, I would suggest if I was going to do a TikTok for a course, I would want testimonials from people who have done that course, and I would be creating a TikTok with the testimonials. So this person had this problem and they got this result, and here they are with a certificate, and you can have this too. And I would kind of go that route with it. So it's like the story of, the TikTok is video, there should be story involved. So it's that celebration of completion. That's the route I would go with that. So we've really got to think about, like, what's the mindset of the person watching this? People on TikTok, they want to be entertained. They really, like, they're watching something because they want to feel an emotion. So, if it's someone in their early 20s, Nicole, on
late 20s now.
Oh yeah. So it's like you want to laugh at something, you want something to make you happy, you want something that's so emotional it's going to make you cry a little bit, or it's like, like I said, the motivation. Like the stuff I watch is because I want my head to be in the game business wise, so that again there's emotion there. So I say TikTok ads they've got to be all about emotion, all about connection, if they're going to work.
I agree.
Anyone else got any thoughts on that? I know, Mark, you're like TikTok. Oh.
I will re-download it one day.
When I go on there, it's all Kim's TikToks. I go on there and it's like giving me an update on all the TikToks I've missed of Kim's.
Yeah, but
so
aren't all Kim's TikToks you?
I think so. I think it's turning that way. It'll be her running like a profile about me soon.
I mean, honestly, like if you want some entertainment, you need to see TikToks of Kim and Nicole and Ellie going through a McDonald's drive-through. They are the best. I mean, like, actually, maybe I shouldn't be suggesting people go and look at that stuff, but there's a real view into who these people are in this business, I can tell you.
Did Kim tell you yesterday that she's TikTok famous around the area? That someone
yeah, she's a TikTok celeb.
Yeah, she is.
In sunny Daventry.
She's got a fan base, yeah. She's got a fan base.
Oh dear. Awesome. Okay, so guys, have we got anything else to share?
I've got one other. Oh, sorry, Mark.
I was going to say, Mo's asked a question about logos and backgrounds, which is what he was trying to do. So obviously we've got the cheat sheet for sizes, which I've just double checked is correct still for LinkedIn. So I don't know whether anyone can dump the link into your comments, or I can do it afterwards if not.
Cool. Yeah, if you do it afterwards, Mark, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Because I think Kim's gone back to proper work now instead of listening to us.
All right.
She's so dumb. I think I might be in trouble, guys. Oh,
yeah, get your own Fanta next time.
Like saying you've had too much non-sugar drink, I think.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. So shall we wrap this up and then I'll go and have a little lie down? So thanks, guys. I don't think I've really brought anything to the conversation today, but that's what it's like at Green Umbrella Towers. Thank you to everyone that's joined us. Hopefully you've learnt something. Hopefully we've entertained you, brightened up your Thursday. And yeah, if you dare to join us again, we'll be back next Thursday, 12 noon on my LinkedIn, on our Facebook page, and also over on YouTube live, talking about what's happening in social media, what we've been up to in the business. and just having a catch up that you can come and join in with as well. So thanks for joining us. And yeah, we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.